Experts say there is a brief window of opportunity when someone struggling with addiction reaches out for help. Sometimes it comes in the form of a phone call, one that could end up saving their life.
And who's on the other end of that line could make all the difference. Options for sobriety are scarce, especially for people who don't have insurance, which is why a couple from Vassalboro is connecting people to a network of resources, from residential treatment beds to self-help meetings. And thanks to a growing number of volunteers, their nonprofit is helping put more Mainers on the path to recovery. Here's News Center Maine's Vivian Lee.
Ashley Johnson started drinking at the age of 13. After a devastating breakup in her 20s, opioids were the only way to ease her pain.
Because I hung out with people that did the same thing, it just felt normal.
After realizing her habit was hurting her family, she tried to get into a residential treatment program, but no beds were available. A few years later, her cousin gave her a phone number that changed her life.
Access Direct, trying.
Ryan Page and his wife Cynthia run Access Direct Recovery Network.
I did check out some sober living options for you.
A call center that connects people to recovery resources.
He was able to get me a bed. We called at 1 o'clock on a Thursday afternoon, and I had a bed at a treatment center here in Portland by 6 p.m.
I'll find out, if there's going to be a bed available.
The couple run the nonprofit from their kitchen table, advocating for people struggling with addiction 24/7 every day of the week. After Ryan got clean from substance use disorder nearly 5 years ago, he wanted to be a lifeline for others struggling with addiction.
The window's real small, man, but I'm proud of you.
Many call when they have hit rock bottom and are ready to make a change.
They're worth a better life. They deserve to live. And that's sometimes all somebody needs to hear.
The couple assembled a network of residential treatment and detox beds in and outside of Maine.
So I'm waiting to hear back still from Massachusetts.
Developing relationships, they have found openings in rehab facilities for people as far away as Virginia and South Carolina. Ryan says they work with treatment facilities to give Mainers more options in a state with limited beds, especially those without insurance.
A reduced rate or scholarship if possible, because they have the same mission as we do.
The couple also works to place people in sober living homes, connect them to meetings like Alcoholics Anonymous, and even access to Narcan. Volunteers provide transportation to and from treatment.
Just give me a call once he's dropped off.
Steve Danzig is the executive director of Enzo Recovery, which operates substance use and mental outpatient programs and 4 sober living homes for men and women in Augusta and Sanford. He says the nonprofit has helped more than a dozen people access beds in Enzo's recovery residences.
With what Ryan is doing, it really brings that personal connection to the individual.
Now, the nonprofit call center is not a replacement for 211, a critical hotline for Mainers dealing with a variety of issues, including substance use disorder and mental health. But Ryan says because of his background, he brings a more personal touch. Ashley, meanwhile, is marking 14 months of sobriety. She is now the house manager of Grace House, a sober living home for 12 women. More than half of the women got a bed here thanks to Access Direct Recovery. And Ashley is more than grateful.
It makes me emotional because at a time in my life that I had nobody, a perfect stranger found me a way to live.
Ryan and Cynthia have connected more than 1,000 Mainers to recovery resources and other programs. So when some relapse and call again, they are not alone.
I'm going to help you again and again and again, and we're going to stay by your side until you get this.
Letting people dealing with addiction and ready to get help know that failure is not an option because every life is worth saving. In Vassalboro, Vivian Lee, News Center, Maine.
If you or someone you know is struggling with addiction, you can call 211 or the Maine statewide crisis helpline. That's 1-888-568-1112, or Access Direct Recovery Network. Their number is 482-3835.